Can you find the perimeter or area of this rectangle? If you cannot find, this video is especially made for you. In this video, we are going to discuss how to find perimeter and area of a rectangle, but not only that, with some more stuff. So in this video, we are going to cover some topics as you can see on the screen: perimeter, area, how to find perimeter and area of a rectangle, one side of a rectangle, and some many more. So without wasting any time, let's start off with perimeter. So what is perimeter? That's the first question. So if you take a rectangle, and you can see the boundary line. So the whole length of the boundary line is called perimeter. So let's say you have 3 centimeters as the length and 5 centimeters as the breadth. What the heck is this? Understand it for now. Let's consider 5 centimeters as length and 3 as breadth. Now if you add them, you can get a number, the 16 centimeter, and that's the length of the boundary. So let's say the lengths are 6 centimeters and the breadths are 3 centimeters here. So instead of adding them, let's introduce you with a new method. Now if you see, when you are adding this, you might notice that 6 repeats twice and 3 also repeats, right? So it can be written as 2 into 6 centimeter plus 2 into 3 centimeters. Now for this now we have to move a little bit onto algebra. Now see, whenever you multiply 2 with a plus b, what you do is you multiply 2 with a plus 2 with b, and that will give you 2a plus 2b. Now same case, we are in the second phase of this thing. So a is 6 centimeters and b is 3 centimeters. So you can switch it to the above side. So a plus b, so a plus b becomes 6 centimeter plus 3 centimeters. So when you multiply them, you get 12 plus 6 centimeters, and they are like terms, so you can add them and get 18 centimeters. And this is the formula. Now a doesn't suit a lot because we have length here. So let's change that a into L. So 2 into length plus b is breadth. So this is the formula of finding the perimeter of a rectangle. 2 into length plus breadth. Any rectangles you can find. Now moving on to the next part, area. Now what is area? Now see here, there is a rectangle. Where is the rectangle? Okay, so in this rectangle, you can see the boundary portion enclosed by the perimeter. That portion, this one, yes. So that portion which is enclosed by the boundary, that is known as area. So to find the area of a rectangle, how can you find it? Like, you cannot add anything, you don't have anything to add. So how to find the area of a rectangle is a new question. So for that you have a formula, area equals to length into breadth, or a equals L into b. So a stands for area, if you didn't know. So now let's take some data, like, okay, so lengths are 8 centimeters and the breadths are 5 centimeters. So what you have to do is you have to multiply length 8 and 5, and you get 40 centimeters square. Now how did you get the square from? Now let's move on to algebraic part again. Let's move on to algebra a little for now. So a into a is a square. So same as I take centimeter as a, same terms. Centimeter into centimeter will give centimeter square. But you might be wondering that in perimeters there was not anything. So 6 plus 3 centimeters, that will give you 9 centimeters in algebraic terms, if you have like that. And if you think that 2 is multiplying, sorry, but the 2 doesn't have any units. So in a perimeter it cannot be a square. So by the way, stay till the end, because there are some questions for you which are going to test how much have you understood from this video. And if you haven't, you can rewatch it again and try to understand. So then the last part, finding other data like breadth or whatever. So now let's say the length is 3 centimeters and the perimeter is 15 centimeters. And then you have to find the breadth. So how will you do it? So you have two formulas for it. Perimeter equals to 2 into length plus breadth, or area equals to L into B. Now you have to check in which of the formulas does both the sides exist. Like length is in the perimeter formula and perimeter is in the perimeters formula. So we are going to use the perimeters formula. So we can substitute perimeter. Substituting is basically replacing the alphabets with the numbers. So 15 centimeters equals to 2 into 3 centimeters plus, let's leave breadth B as B only, because we don't know how much is that B. And now you can take 2 to the other side. 15 centimeter upon 2, that gives you 7.5 centimeter is equals to 3 centimeter plus. We take 3 centimeters to the other side. It becomes minus 3 centimeters, and 7.5 centimeters minus 3 centimeters will give you 4.5 centimeters. And that's how we solved the equation. Now let's move on to the next part. Area equals to 26 centimeters square, breadth equals to 6 centimeters. And you have to find the length, let's say now. In order to find the length, you have to take the area's formula. So you can take the breadth to the other side. 2 into 6 centimeter square divided by 6 centimeter. You can cancel the centimeter and the power of 2. And you can cancel 6 with 2 3s are 6 and 2 13s are 26. Then after that your answer becomes 13 upon 3. Why not in decimals? Because if you convert it in decimals, you will get 4.1. But if it's physics, you can write it as 4.11, but it's math, so we can consider it as 13 upon 3 centimeters is equals to length. So now, perimeter is equals to 40 centimeters and length is equals to 12 centimeters, so you have to find the area. So for that you have to find the breadth first with this method. So you can take the 2 to the other side, 12 and whatever. And so you can see we have gotten the breadth of 8 centimeters. Now area equals to length into breadth. So you can multiply 12 into 8 and get 96 centimeters square. Now if you want to see the workings of how we find the breadth, you can take pause the video and take a screenshot of it. If instead of perimeter it was area, then it would be same. You have to find the length, the breadth and find the area. Now time for the questions. So before starting the questions, I want to tell you the rules. Now see, it's simple. You just have to pause the video for the questions, take a copy and pen, solve it and just comment the answer. I'll reply to each comment saying yes or no. So there are 7 questions and you have to answer them. So let's start. Find the area of a rectangle. Length is 5 cm, breadth is 6 cm. Length is 6 cm, breadth is 7 cm. Perimeter is 30 cm, breadth is 10 cm. The length is 10 cm, perimeter is 69 cm. So you can pause the video, solve the question and comment the answer there. Now next, find what is asked. Now for this one, you have to, I'm going to give you some data like find this breadth or perimeter or whatever with the question mark, you have to find it. So the questions are here, you can pause the video, solve them, comment only the answer. So, now, you might have done it. Now, if you want a video on how to find the perimeter area or whatever from the figures or rectangular figures like this, you have to like the video. The target is 10 likes. If this video gets 10 likes, I'm going to create a video on that topic also. And I know my audience would complete the target, so if the video gets 10 likes and the video comes out, if you didn't know, then what is the use? So subscribe to my channel to get the notification and don't forget to solve those 7 questions and comment it.